All right. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Welcome to September. We are back. We are definitely back. September, typically one of the most bearish months. So, should be interesting. We're out of August, people back from vacation. Hopefully, everyone had a good Labor Day weekend. There's currently construction going on the side of my building. It is so loud. So sorry if you guys hear that. What's up, Ant? How you doing? How you doing? So everything's a little red here. SPY down 0.06%, Q's down 0.2%. All names mostly down except Coin. SPY, right? We kind of have that double bottom from Friday, right at 449.69. We created this resistance right at that previous resistance. We had that gap fill, and we rejected that gap fill perfectly. Right, so we had that resistance at 453.52, and it rejected perfectly. So we need to break that level for continuation to the upside. Huge run last week, as you all know, but if this 449.69 level drops and breaks through, we're pretty much going to test this previous resistance here, which is also previous support around 448. So if that drops, we'll look for puts through that level. Q's pretty much the same thing. All right, we can clean up this chart a bit. All right, we kind of have that double bottom from last week. We do have a big support though, right? This previous support acted as resistance right at 375. So that is really the bigger level to break, 375. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Regarding individual names that I like, Netflix I did like to the upside last night, but here showing weakness. If this starts to drop down, I won't touch it. We can go ahead and redo this chart also, just so you guys can get a clear perspective on it. Right, so we kind of have this flag here. Right, it's starting to flag right above this previous resistance. Right, resistance, starting to act as a support. So if this can hold, we look for a continued upside, but we'll see what happens. Oops. Right, and the high of the flag lines up perfectly with this previous resistance. So if this can hold and we can start to push up, I would definitely consider calls through that level. What's up, Bino? How you doing? Everyone see what I see right there, right? So we have that flag right below that 445.5 resistance. And we have a nice clean shelf below 437. Damn, that construction is brutal. If everyone can drop a like on the video, that'd be fantastic. Also, I posted a feedback form in the announcements tab. If everyone can go and drop some feedback, this is the first feedback form of the group, so it would be great to get some feedback from all of you. Obviously, I would love to make some changes that would benefit everyone. So if you guys can just leave some feedback, that would be fantastic. It's just a Google form in the announcements tabs in the Discord. What's up, Mohammed? How you doing? NVIDIA. So here is NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is one of my favorite charts today. We have clean resistance, right? Previous resistance, acted as support, right? We created a bear flag right over it, right? We had lower and lower highs. We have this support here. So we have two areas of support right here, right? Horizontally and this diagonal level. If this decides to drop down, I love puts. I like puts through this level. Next major level, even around like 456 or so. I think we could see big downside there if this breaks to the downside. What ticker I? If you guys ask a question, if you could just please include the ticker, that would be very helpful. So I do love NVIDIA there. Microsoft, only down 0.16%. We do have a solid chart, right? We got higher lows, lower highs, huge base here, right? 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3, right over this previous resistance, previous support, and so on. Right, so it is starting to, not starting, but it is holding this zone here very, very well. So if this can hold, then I like the upside. Just need to see what does it open, right? If it can't hold here, then it's going to drop that. Well, excuse me, drop back down. But if it holds, right, we're going to push up and probably test 332, 333. It was Netflix double top. Yeah, I mean, it's just a resistance, right? It's nothing like, you know, too serious. We have this previous double top here, right? Double top acting now as a support, right? So it's going to do the same thing here, right? So it's going to consolidate below, try and consolidate here, act as a flag, and then try and push and break out. And then we have a gap to fill to the upside. So definitely like that setup there. We'll definitely watch Netflix today. Definitely watch NVIDIA. Right, so those two are high in the watch list today. Microsoft will also watch. Meta, really like Meta too. Right, maybe if the market can hold on today and you know, see some upside, I think Microsoft and Meta are my top two options to trade. Right, higher lows, multiple lower highs. It's been consolidating in this zone now for a bit. It's getting ready for a setup. It's getting ready for a move. Right, this is what we look for every time. Consolidation under a resistance always leads to a move like this, right? This is exactly what we have here. We have this resistance, we have this consolidation, and then you see that huge breakout. Right, the same thing happens over and over and over and over again, guys. Apple, no setup here at all, down 1%. We are at this previous support, which was the resistance from that gap fill. We broke over it last week. If this decides to break down, you know, I guess it could push back down to that next big level below 184. But regarding setup wise, nothing really there. Square, nothing really there. Tesla, big drop from last week, right? We had this wedge breakdown, right? We had that support, resistance, support. Dropped right through it and pushed down to the next level below, right? If this, then that, always. How did everyone do last week? Let's get some comments. You guys green, red, even? How did everyone do last week? In the meantime, while I wait for your comments, I'm going to pull up the data for the week, see what economic events we got. So today we have factory orders. That's it. Not really too important. Let me just do the important events. And I'll post this here. All right, so here we go. Here is that. I'll post it in the Discord. You had a red week. Now, Max, anyone that had a red week, just make sure, even a green week, right? Just go back, review your plays, see what went wrong, see what went right, and that's really it. Plus 1275 in the week, awesome. Green on the week, second green month in a row, amazing. Poured up 20%, awesome. I posted a tweet before. Everyone should read it. Greed is the #1 killer, right? You win 5, 10, 20 trades in a row, but you lose everything with one trade, right? You can't try and 3 times your account in 30 days or in a week or in a day, right? That one trade, if that happens to you where you're winning multiple trades and you're resetting yourself back right back to where you were, or even worse, red, you're sizing too big. You got to focus on the small gains. Post on the tips and tricks. Didn't trade last week. Needed to clear and reset your mind. Watch charts inside. Never a bad idea. Never a bad idea. 3-day weekend we had. Today's Tuesday, so 4-day week. Should be good. All these other setups, not really a fan. I mean, AMD's just been in this massive, massive wedge for a long time now. Right, this is originally what I was playing last week. Right, we took calls right around here. Ended up selling for like a minus 20% loss right here. But it climbed its way back. You know, it's still in this wedge. Risk to reward, you know. We could take an entry on the break of this flag, but it's kind of gone the risk to reward. That was a hard lesson for you last month. Yep. Just make sure you don't make that mistake again. Right, mistakes are fine to make, just don't make the same mistake over and over and over again. All these other setups are nothing really. So top setups that open, NVIDIA, Netflix I'll keep an eye on. And Microsoft and Meta will watch too. Can I take a look at AXP? Sure. Nothing really here. Nothing really there. Can I take a look at AI? Sure. AI. I mean, it's on a lower time frame, right? It's kind of flagging here. That's really it. All right, so we kind of have that little flag, higher lows, lower highs, but that's really it. Disney. Disney dropped down last week below this previous support, acting as a resistance, so it needs to get back over that level. 82.46. Right. When you look at a chart, you should be able to figure it out right away. Right. Don't try and force a trade just because of you like a ticker or something. You should be able to tell right away. So the video is showing a little bit more weakness here. Now it's sitting right above this level, so definitely going to keep an eye on that at open. Qs is also down 0.3%. It's getting close to that previous support. So can I take a look at ORCL? Sure thing. So up 1.7% here pre-market, gapping up over all these resistances. Right, had a resistance, kind of was flagging here, consolidating a little bit sideways. But regarding setup, nothing really there, or nothing that I would trade. We have the resistance at 123.99, and above that, just high, 127.54. Okay. Let's take a look at VIX. So here is VIX, right? This was the big level last week, 15.45. Also, we have this big level here. Right around 14.6, so we'll keep an eye on that. If this starts to break, we're kind of consolidating here, right? So it kind of starting to make like this little flag pattern here. If this starts to break to the upside, absolutely watching puts on everything. I'm going to set an alert there, and I'm going to set an alert above here too. Okay. So now I got my alert set everywhere there. If that starts to break to the upside, SPY, QQQ, everything to the downside. Right, QQQ is already showing more weakness here. I'm going to watch the video right at open for puts. Can even do QQQ, but it's going to be 0 DTE, so it's a little bit more risky. But I do like NVIDIA. Right, if I was to flip this upside down, everyone's trading this to the upside here. Okay. Everyone see what I see here? Right, not only do we have this previous level here that acted here and here now, right, we're starting to push through. This could definitely break above, or right, technically below. Make sure I have my alerts on everything. Microsoft below that shelf. Netflix, I have one up here, and I'm going to set one down here. SPY, I'm going to set one right below there. This one I don't need here, so I can move this just to the above. Always got to set your alerts. That way you don't have to watch 30 things at once. Right, a lot of people that trade like to have, 50 screens up at once. If that works for you, fantastic. But I like to keep it simple. I like to watch one chart at a time. There's no need to really, be too hectic about it. Meta, also, if this starts to break down, this could definitely push low. Okay. I don't have any questions. If no one has any questions, I'm gonna go set up the Zoom a little bit early, get everyone situated. That's that. All right. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Happy Tuesday. It is not Monday. I almost just said happy Monday. 4-day week. A little short week here. September, mostly a bearish month, which starting off pretty accurate. And let's just play that weakness. Let's just play the trend. Let's hit some big gains and